Hi everyone, today's day 55 circuit breaker in Singapore, and today's a special one because I want it to be special. Instead of giving you an update about my life on day 55, I would tell you a story instead, a story about Wrinkles, our dog. So 3 nights ago, as I was sitting in the living room watching Netflix as usual, I caught myself looking at the digital frame and it showed a photo of Wrinkles sleeping. And Wrinkles slept like a human, so his back on the floor and his forefists up in the air. It looked like he was flying like a Superman. I smiled at that photo. And at the same time, it made me sad because I realized Wrinkles is not here with us anymore. He passed away 2 months ago because of cancer. Anyway, today's story is not about me being sad or dwelling in the past because I don't think Wrinkles wanted. Instead, I will share with you some of my funniest, most memorable moments with Wrinkles. Okay? So backstory first. When I was young, I was so scared of dogs. Because we live in the same house with another family. They had a giant dog. It's like German Shepherd, and they always tie the dog. And every day when I walk out of the house, I have to go past him. He's always bark loudly and he's always jump on me. I was so scared. And when I was young, I had no idea about why the dog did that, right? And now looking back, perhaps because the dog got tired all the time or he just got so excited to see me. But when I was young, that's what I was scared about. I was scared of being bitten by him. And I was scared of the dog all the way until I moved to Singapore, until I met Wrinkles. I guess love changed everything. Wrinkles remind me of that dog, but it's the opposite. He was so sweet, cute, and just really funny too. And that's how we met. And people say, love me, love my dog. I completely agree with that sentence, definitely. Wrinkles love food so much. He always follow me to the kitchen, especially when I open the fridge because he know there's food in there. The only time that he run away from food and run away for his life was when I was, one day, I was cooking and making steak to surprise my friends for his birthday. And he was following me to the kitchen as usual, but because I didn't know how to cook, and I make a mess in the kitchen and hot oil and water and all of that, so the smoke just came up everywhere. And Ringo was so scared, he ran away from the kitchen. He ran away for his life, literally, for the first time. He ran away from food. Every time I think about this story, or every time I share this story with my friends, I always laugh because it just shows how bad I cook, and also how funny Wrinkles was. What else? Wrinkles' favorite word is walk, food, breakfast, but usually walk or food, even you just spell it, W-A-L-K. The word that he hates the most is shower. Every time I say that word, sometimes just for fun, he will run away and hide somewhere because he hates being showered. But he knew he would never succeed anyway. He still had to be showered. So that's some fun fact about Wrinkles. So one day I walk Wrinkles to the field as usual. It's about 5 minutes away from our house. We live in a walk-up apartment back then, and every day we have to climb up about five flights of stairs and walk down 5 flights of stairs for a walk, morning and night. That night I walk him to the field, and suddenly he just refused to walk. He stopped there. He didn't want to move. I begged him, I tried to convince him, nothing works. And I was so scared because I said, oh my God, maybe his feet got injured or something wrong with his health, etc. So I said, okay, Ringo, let's go back. He also didn't want to move. And guess what? He was so fat back then already. He was like 27 kilograms or something. So I had to lift him up and carry him on the way home. 5 minutes walk was nothing, but he's fat and heavy, right? And I have to carry him 5 flights upstairs. Guess what? By the time we got back to our house, my friend was like, how come the walk so short? I said, he's refused to walk. And as I opened the door, he ran like normal. He walked like normal. And that's how I know that I got cheated. He tricked me to carry him all the way from the field back home and walk all the flights upstairs. He didn't care that he was heavy. He made me carry him all the way. And that I will never forget. Wrinkles, you're a bad, bad boy. Like any other dogs, Wrinkles love to welcome us. Even though we just go out for food for like 10 or 15 minutes, or we went out for a walk for like a whole day, we came back, he always welcomed the same way with the full energy, the full love, like he hasn't seen us for like 10 years or something. And even though I had the worst day at work, when I come back home, I know it's all disappeared because of his welcome, because of his energy. You can never be sad with this kind of welcome for Wrinkles. Also, one thing you should know about Wrinkles is he did that, but then for 2 minutes, he didn't leave you alone. He doesn't care. He would go on with his life and mind his own business. And that's Wrinkles. At night, he also didn't want to share the bed with me. He would jump on the bed for 2 minutes because he was jealous of Bambi, another dog who loved to spend the night on the bed regardless. But Wrinkles, after 2 minutes, Wrinkles then jumped down and he found his favorite spot in the house and slept, just like that. But one night, that was the lowest moment in my life up to that point. That I was really sad. I was crying. I was depressed. I was feeling so lonely. And that night, I didn't think I could make it without Wrinkles. And guess what? Wrinkles, for the first time ever in 5 years, he spent the whole night in the bed with me. He showed me what love is. He showed me what unconditional love is, and he showed me how loyal he was to me. My loneliness, my depression was way less because of him, because of his love, and I would never forget that night. When it was the day for Wrinkles to leave us, I came to see him. He was quite weak already, but he still walked to the gate to see me, and then we walked into the living room and he just slept. And I spent an hour looking at him. He looked at me for a while and then he fell asleep. And no joke, no tricks, no games, no food, no shower, nothing. We just enjoy our company, we just enjoy our presence. And I told him that, I would miss him. And I couldn't cry. I didn't think I'd cry. And then when it's time for me to leave, I got my Grab and I got in the car, and he was still sleeping. He was too weak. So he was sleeping in the living room. My friend walked me out the gate and I got in the car. And as the car was about to move, I looked back at the gate and my friend was still there. But then something was miraculously happened. I saw Wrinkles. He was sleeping. He didn't know I was leaving. But for some miracle, he got all his energy, whatever left. He ran. I don't think if he ran or he walked, but for some miraculous way, he managed to get to the gate, and I had to tell the Grab car to stop. So I got out of the car, I ran to the gate, and I gave him the last hug. And I remember I told him that I loved him, and he would be my forever Valentine's. I was crying when I wrote these stories, and I felt emotional again because that's how I remember Wrinkles. And Wrinkles really taught me of what unconditional love is. And so Wrinkles, yes, you are my forever Valentine's. So that's the story about Wrinkles. Thank you for listening. It's a long story today, but I still have lots of story about Wrinkles, so talk to me if you want to hear more. And Wrinkle is not here anymore, but Wrinkle is forever here. And I know no matter where I go, Singapore or wherever, whenever I see other dog, I play with a dog, Wrinkle is always here. Because they say first love is the most unforgettable one, and that's true, especially unconditional love. Thank you. Bye bye.